Well, there is a story on the internet right now that Tommy Dreamer has not been released as of now, but apparently has asked and requested his release from the WWE and also then of course the ECW brand. And I don't know whether these rumors are true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they are true. Tommy Dreamer isn't getting much of a push right now, and as much as that could be deemed as a sad story, I also think that there comes a time in every man's career when simply WWE will feel there is not much more to do with the guy, and considering that Tommy Dreamer is closing in on 40 years old, and the fact that he has never been that big of a star in the WWE, I don't think that there is much purpose to actually keep the guy. Not anything against Tommy Dreamer, but I don't think he's simply WWE's cup of tea, and I think for WWE's part, they simply don't need him. He's a good wrestler, and he's a very good measuring stick, just like Hardcore Holly and several other guys. Tommy Dreamer was the guy to beat if you wanted to become someone. You can see it in guys like Sheamus. I don't know if Sheamus actually beat him, but Zack Ryder, and lately now Vance Archer. So yeah, he was a measuring stick, and that was kind of his role actually. And I mean, he got his ECW championship reign this year as a sort of a tribute to him. It wasn't a very long run, but he still got it, and I think that it was kind of over pushed because he absolutely deserved, after all he's done for the ECW brand, and after all the time he spent there, I think he was well worth of a ECW championship run. But simply for WWE's sake, they don't need him, and well, if you want Tommy Dreamer to do well, this release is actually WWE doing him a favor, because that means he will be able to go elsewhere, work independently, where he may do a lot better, and he may even be able to go to TNA for a brief stint and work with some of the guys there. I mean, they have Raven right now from the old ECW. They have Rhino there as well. You have Taz as a commentator. You have Dr. Stevie. So there is a lot of old ECW talent in TNA right now. There may be even someone that I forget. You have Team 3D as well. So he might go there, wrestle for maybe a short while. But all in all, personally, I respect Tommy Dreamer a lot. I have so much respect for the guy. And when he was booked into the storyline last year, this year, but somewhere before WrestleMania, that if he didn't win the title before his contract was up in the beginning of June, he would quit. And I really rooted for him. I wanted him to win that ECW championship, and he did. But seeing for that, I think there is several other wrestlers on ECW that should be booked as champions and pushed right now. I mean, guys like Zack Ryder, Shelton Benjamin, Christian, why not Ezekiel Jackson, Vance Archer. There is so much young upcoming talent. So yeah, Tommy Dreamer's role, if he is the one requesting the release, yeah, I can understand that. But from WWE's part, I'm sure they would like to keep Tommy Dreamer, because as I said, he's great with working with the talent, and he's still a very, very good measuring stick. But they haven't used him that much for Tommy Dreamer's own sake. If he wants a good wrestling career, WWE just did him a favor. And that's the case it is. I mean, everyone can't get a push in the WWE, even though we all have some favorite wrestlers that we would like to see pushed more. Personally, I'm a big fan of Paul Burchill. That's one of those many guys that I like that doesn't get a push. And I would love for him to get a push. But if WWE released him, maybe that will also do him a favor, because then he will be able to go work and succeed elsewhere. So there's two sides of the coin there, and maybe Dreamer wants to wrestle a little bit more. I mean, WWE has a history of never keeping talents too long, almost. There are some talent that's been around a little too long, but overall WWE has always been looking for that next generation, those new superstars. And Tommy Dreamer, of course, isn't a part of that contract due to him, as I said, closing in on 40. He has never been that big of a star in WWE, and he's been around since 2001, almost 10 years, so he has had a long tenure in the WWE. And I wish Tommy Dreamer the best of luck if he's indeed leaving. There has been other wrestlers requesting releases in the past that had indeed ended up staying with the company, such as Carlito. So we'll simply see if this is true, and if it's true, if he will be granted his release. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.